I had a person say to me that immigration increases a nation's GDP and is therefore always a good thing. Are there any potential negatives associated with increasing a nation's GDP in this way?
Yes, you drive wages down. Duh. Don't you think they know that? If you double the workforce, you cut the wages in half. Every country has a right to defend its borders. Pope Leo just said that. And expresses verbis. Every country has a right to defend its borders. Why do we have borders? To protect labor, to protect the working man, so that the country isn't flooded with cheap labor to drive wages down so that he can't afford to support a family. Of course you have to have a border. Of course you have to limit the people coming in. But why do you have to do that? To protect labor, to protect the value of labor, because the rich people want cheap labor. What do you think feminism was about? Do you think it was about women's rights? No. It was about doubling the workforce and cutting wages in half and creating docile, feminine sex robots and wage slaves to replace the man who would have gone on strike if something had happened like that, because he had to support his family. That's what's going on here.
Is AI the newest iteration of this? Getting rid of labor because it's cheaper?
Yeah, they're going to try and get rid of labor through AI. I said, what's that like? It's like we have hammers now. We don't need carpenters. It's a tool. Human labor cannot be replaced. You can have sophisticated tools, but you cannot replace human labor.
And is there ever going to be a stop to this kind of vicious cycle of...
Would you hand me my crystal ball, all right?
Fair enough.
If we stand up to it, yeah, it's more likely to stop.
We have a question here on X. Isn't the answer to remigrate the foreigners?
Yeah. Good luck. Good luck on that. This is the big. This is another fantasy. Okay. I tried to deal with this the week when I talked about Tolkien. Okay, this is a fantasy. Okay, I don't know where you're going to do it. I don't know how you're going to do it. Maybe it'll succeed. Maybe ICE will get some people on a plane. But the fantasy here, the fundamental fantasy, it's in Tolkien. The idea, we're all waiting for the Polish cavalry charge. Minas Tirith, Denethor says the West has failed. Throws himself on the funeral pyre right in the middle of battle when he should be up on the battlements, urging the troops on. Doesn't do it. Okay. And at that moment, with everything's dark, the Polish cavalry arrives and saves Vienna. Okay. That's not going to happen. Not going to happen, because that one guy with the pike is not there. And the Turks or the orcs, whatever you want to talk about, they're inside the walls, and cavalry charges do not work once the orcs are inside the walls. Why are they inside the walls? Because you didn't have children. That's in Tolkien too. Read it again. Read that post story in Minas Tirith. That's 50 million people who could be manning the walls of Minas Tirith, and they're not there because Mr. and Mrs. America, Mr. and Mrs. Ireland, Mr. and Mrs. England. So don't wait for the cavalry charge. It's not coming.